From one trader making $239,000 in a single week to another losing $30,000 in just a few hours, we are going to go over the most insane trades of this week. Jumail134 is out. In the past week, he's up by 276% or $239,451, with his chart looking like a staircase, bringing his account up to $326,134.54. Half of those gains came from 150 call options on UP Fintech Holding, a Chinese broker which jumped up by more than 100% in the past month. On September the 30th, he spent about $10,000 on the options expiring in November, and as the stock jumped up, he was quickly in the green as he was up by more than 1000% or $98,000. Just for reference, he was slowly losing money before he made this insane gain. He finally exited all his positions and got a 200k plus gain in 1 week. He regrets not going all in on the calls last Monday because he went all in anyway, as he was gradually adding in the following days until Friday. If he did go all in on Monday, he'd make a 100k plus gain, and he chose the stock he YOLO'd in because China will implement some policies to promote the economy growth, which will give more confidence to Chinese investors to dump money into the stock market. Then people around the world will also start buying Chinese assets. It's very bullish for Chinese stocks, and fintech stocks will be the first to start the pump. He noticed the TIGR was in the uptrend along with volume growth daily. Then he decided to chase the trend to keep adding more to the position. He bought FXI and Alibaba as well. They are both 2 to 3x gains though. Finally, he decided to YOLO into TIGR since it didn't even have a $1 billion market cap, which meant it had more upside room to go. Big PowerPoint turned $30k into $500 in just a few hours, so call him to inverse him next time. He lost so much money so fast on SPY 0-day set expiry put options with a striking price at $564 and $568, as he lost exactly $28,778, leaving him with $544.22. From 30k principal to 45k all the way down to $500. Rest in peace, new car this year. He was hoping for a free bagger, instead he was left with no bag. Basically, he thought big money would digest all the bad news from the day before and continue to sell off. By the time it reversed, he was at a 60% loss as FATA killed him along with price action. He'll be back to get his money. Can't keep a good man down. He followed up with another post saying that he's not leaving until he gets it back, as he made a plan on how to make it back. Believe him, he doesn't feel great about it. He feels even less about this SOP as he thought they were here to make plays. 30k really isn't. He knows that buys a lot of Publish's vape juice for you spare bedroom dwellers. But chill. He thought about throwing in another 5k this week, but he honestly wanted to show the lads and ladettes here that comebacks are still possible. He had fellow degens messaging him that they too lost some coin that day and how torn they are, how they feel so lost, and he can't blame them. Anyway, he'll be posting weekly updates or ad hoc. As his previous post stated, he was originally trying to take a portion of his new car money and flip it. While he can still go buy the car, it has not yet come out. It's a 2025 model refresh and at over 100k, which is why he thought it would be nice if the market paid for it. Anyway, the dual mandate here is first recover his losses and second show to the fellow degens that you can come back from the low. He even made a PowerPoint to show his plan in detail. He got a little risky and lost, but he read all the technicals very well and is fluent in fundamentals. He only needs 6 trades to get his 30k back. He started with his low of $500. He has since doubled to just over $1,000, so he needs to make 5 more trades. His current position is SPY put option with a striking price at $580, expiring on November the 15th, as he thinks SPY is overbought at this new all-time high. I-26E is done with the stock market. He lost 83% of his money or $254,087 and is left with a bit less than $50,000. Looking at his chart, it seems like he lost most of the money on a single play. And yeah, that's pretty much what happened. One trade and he was destroyed. Apparently he put the whole $250k on 0-day still expiry options. Now he's gonna book a trip to Las Vegas and blow his remaining money at the casino. Giant Leaps went all in on the Nvidia dip and made an almost $250k gain. He made so much money with calls with a striking price at $115 and an expiration date on December the 20th. On September the 23rd, he posted a chart saying Nvidia crayons and confirmation bias to start the week. The chart had a lot of pretty lines and it looks like he was thinking the stock would continue going up. That being said, he bought the mentioned calls at $105 when Nvidia dipped. His price target was around $130 since there was a strong sell wall at that point. He kept holding for the time since there was much room for price to go up, although there had been several headwinds upcoming in that week, so it was a bit risky, which is why he was deciding whether he should set up a poor man's covered call to hedge. Ace Boogie just made a giant mistake. He lost 99.97% of his money or $8,139.56 and is left with just $2.83. He started in 2021 with a 3k loss to that whole GameStop AMC thing. Then he lost 1k to SNDL, 2k to Nvidia, 1k to Tesla and 1k in random positions. It was money he could afford to lose in order to teach himself how to trade. Common factor he noticed was that as soon as he bought into the position, it tanked immediately every time. He's not giving up though. He's seen people in the stock make life-changing money from one trade, so he thinks he'll get there. The Nvidia was options as he actually went from 1k to 1.4k, then at the $136 price point it was at, he left it alone because he felt it would rally to $140 by the end of the week, but it didn't. The GameStop and AMC were 3k in shares back in 2021 when all that stuff was happening. That was lost due to an immediate tank and a bunch of panic selling. The SNDL was him trying to recover from that, but instead he panic sold. He stopped for like a year, then got into Tesla shares, but kept getting discouraged and would sell and quit. Then there was 1k in a bunch of random stuff between all that. And he mostly lost money because he used to just wait for guys on WallStreetBets to talk about it in the sub and then tag on, instead of doing the research. He fixed that on Nvidia, but on the day it was supposed to hit $140, it tanked instead and hasn't recovered since. Well, he at least learned to take profits to recoup his initial investment, then reinvest the rest. He learned the significance of earnings calls and to keep up with the news to manipulate whether to buy calls or puts depending on hiring, firing or strikes. Researcher Timely4215 bought it open, went back to sleep and woke up to this, a 1020% gain, making him $2,550 from just $250. And he made such a huge gain because on October the 11th he bought 50 SPY call options with a striking price at $581, expiring on the same day, so 0 days till expiry. And yet he's still sad because if he full ported he'd have $80,000. CSS Foolish 1234 made a huge gain. In just a day he's up by 53% to $3,287, bringing his account all the way up to $9,379.29. He bought 20 0 days till expiry SPY calls with a strike price at $575 this morning. And the best part, this gain is from only $180 invested. Now this got him thinking about the potential strategy of just buying 0 days till expiry SPY calls every morning. If just today's movement of about 0.5% got him a 400% return, aren't you statistically likely to make money since whether SPY goes up or down is basically 50-50? Why wouldn't this work? Obviously you'd only bet like 10% of your account each day, so you can make it back if you're wrong. He has to wait a few days to avoid being flagged as a pattern day trader, but then he'll try something similar again. He guesses a straddle would be worth a shot sometimes. He now knows you have to worry about the implied volatility. Additional Battle 36 uninstalled the app for a year and came back to 10k gains. He's up by about 47% on Apple shares, by 96% on AMD shares, by 54% on Microsoft, and by 125% or $10,191 $51 on Rocket Lab. He kept putting money into Rocket Lab since 2022 and it never took off. He eventually got bored with following it last year and just forgot about this stock. And if you want to see what happens when you lose sanity while trading, click on the video that just popped up. If you like my content, make sure to subscribe and thanks for watching.